Hi, it's Ben for Page here, and in this video I'll be reviewing the LEGO Harry Potter Quidditch match, set number 75956. Here's the first minifigure of the set, and the first minifigure of the set is Harry Potter. This is a simple version of Harry Potter, however it does have some nice details to it. I really like the torso print on this minifig because it's really well detailed. There's the Gryffindor logo, and there's a little bit of printing to show the string that's tying his cape around his robes, and also some detailing for the robes, along with some printing underneath the robes to show a jumper that he's wearing. Overall, it's a really well detailed and really good torso print to represent this costume from the films. The other thing that I really like about this minifig is the hairpiece, because it's really well detailed and it looks really accurate to how he looks in the films. Around the back of this minifig there's some printing to show the hood of his robes, and also an alternate face where he looks scared. Here is the second minifig of the set, and the second minifig of the set is Olive Wood. This is exactly the same minifig as Harry, except for the hairpiece, the legs, and the face print. Overall, this is a really good representation of Olive Wood in minifig form. However, I don't really think that the face print really fits this character, since in the Philosopher's Stone he's constantly smiling, and his face print looks way too serious for this character. But other than that, it's a really good minifig. Here is the third minifig of the set, and the third minifig of the set is Lucien Bowl. And this is essentially just a different colour scheme version of Olive Wood and Harry Potter. This particular minifig has the Slytherin colours of green and white, and also the Slytherin logo, which is a snake. Other than that, it's very similar to the previous two minifigs, and it's essentially got the exact same printing, just in different colours. I really like the face print on this minifig because it really captures the smug personality of this character. Around the back of this minifig there's some printing to show his hood, and also an alternate face where he looks a little bit scared. This is the fourth minifig of the set, and the fourth minifig of the set is Marcus Flint. This minifig has the exact same torso print and legs as the previous minifig, as well as the exact same cape. I really like the face print on this minifig because it looks really unique, and it looks exactly like how the character looks in the film. Here is the fifth minifig of the set, and the fifth minifig of the set is Hermione. This is a simple but good minifig. I really like the hairpiece on this minifig because it's really well detailed, there's also different lines and shapes in it, and it's also really accurate to how her hair looks in the first two films. One other thing that I really like about this minifig is the torso print, because it's really well detailed. There's the tie, there's the collar, there's some creases on the jumper, and also the stripes of yellow and red at the bottom. However, I do wish that it had the Gryffindor badge, because that would make it look complete. But other than that, it's a really good torso print. Around the back of this minifig there's some more torso printing, and a alternate face where she looks scared. Here is the sixth minifig of the set, and the sixth minifig of the set is Severus Snape, and this is a nicely detailed version of Severus Snape in minifig form. I really like the face print on this minifig because it really captures the personality of the character, and I also really like the hairpiece because it looks really accurate to how his hair looks in the films. Another thing that I really like about this minifig is the printing to show the creases of the robes on the legs and the torso. One small thing that I don't really like about this minifig is the use of purple in the centre of the torso, as I don't think that it looks entirely accurate to how he looks in the films. On the back of this minifig there's a small amount of printing on the torso, and an alternate face where he is shouting. Here is the main build of the set, and the main build of the set is this little Quidditch pitch. This is a simple build, however it does have some nice details and features to it. I really like the overall design of this, because whilst it's simple, it does represent the Quidditch pitch really well. There's the 3 rings to throw the balls through, there's a little bit of grass down at the bottom, and there's a little area here where players can stand. I also like the transparent stand, because minifigs can be posed on that, flying through the air. There is one thing that I don't really like about the design though, and that is this back here. I really wish that the Technic piece was covered up, although I guess it's better than having a grey or red Technic piece exposed, so at least it's in a colour that matches with the build. There are a few features with this build. First of all, there's this stud shooter, which can just shoot off a black stud, and that's meant to represent a bludger flying towards a player. The second feature of this build is this little lever back here. So you push on this, and then the minifig goes from side to side. And this is a really good feature for recreating the flying scenes in the Quidditch matches, and it could also be used for stop motion, so in general it's just a really good feature that works really well. One other really nice thing about this build is that this piece is really easy to take out of there, so you can just play around with the minifig on this stick by itself. And that's really quite fun to do, just to get different flying positions, and it could also be useful for taking photos or stop motions. That's just a really good additional feature, whether it was intentional or not. Overall, this build is really well designed, it looks really good, and there's some really nice play features that work really simply and are really fun to mess around with. This set also includes these 4 tower builds, one for each of the houses. There's Ravenclaw, Slytherin, Gryffindor, and Hufflepuff, and they're basically the exact same build, just with a few minor differences. Here is the Gryffindor tower, and it's a relatively simple build, but there are a few details to it. I really like the checkerboard pattern that this build uses, because that looks really good. However, I do wish that it was in dark red instead of light red, but still, as it is, it does look really good. I also really like the flag on the top, because that's a nice little detail, and there's space for a minifig or 2 in the interior of this build. One other detail on this build that I really like is the giant Gryffindor banner in the centre. It looks really good, and it adds a little bit more detail to this build. There is a simple play feature with this build. So you just take a minifig and you push them through here, and it opens up at the front. It kind of requires quite a bit of force and quite a bit of fiddling to get it to open. And I wish it was a little bit smoother, but still a cool idea for a feature, even if the execution isn't too good. Here is the Hufflepuff Tower, and this is essentially the exact same build as the Gryffindor Tower, only the colour red is replaced with black. There are a few small details on this build, such as the little plant at the bottom, the Hufflepuff banners right here, and also the Gryffindor and Slytherin banners, along with a black flag for Hufflepuff. In this set, this tower is used as the scoreboard tower, so there's the score for Slytherin and the score for Gryffindor, and there's also the 2 stickered pieces to represent the 2 different houses that are playing in this particular match of Quidditch. On the interior of this build, there's a space for a minifig, and there's also this little bit of hollow space down here, where there's this little container for the 2 symbols for the houses. So here's Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw, and you could probably fit a minifig down there who's sorting out the different panels to show the different houses that are in this particular match. Here is the Ravenclaw tower. It's by far the simplest of the builds. It's just got a flag on the top, a thing for announcing stuff, and a flag in the centre here, along with some banners for Ravenclaw, and a little plant down here. There's also a space for a minifig, and some extra space down at the bottom for some accessories, or some more minifigures. Here is the Slytherin tower, and this is another really simple one. It's essentially the exact same build as the Ravenclaw one, only without the thing for announcing stuff on the side, and also the plant is on the opposite side to the Ravenclaw one. The Slytherin tower has a really simple play feature, where you just turn this gear and a flame pops up. This set also comes with a variety of accessories. So first of all, there's this trophy, which can be won by the winning team, and then there's these 2 basic brooms, which are for the Gryffindors, and there's a black broom for one of the Slytherins, along with a black broom with a stud shooter on the front, which can shoot out a quaffle, and that's for the other Slytherin. There's also this bat, which is made out of 2 pieces, and also a treasure chest, which has a variety of Quidditch-based balls, such as the bludgers and a spare quaffle. And the final accessory is the golden stitch. This is a really great mould, and it's really shiny, and it just looks really good. That's it for this review. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like and subscribe.